and welcome to France 24's weekly music show. I'm delighted to welcome the French artist formerly known as Ben l'Oncle Soul, or Ben the Uncle of Soul. He now goes by the name Ben and has 5 albums under his belt infused with high-energy Motown, soul, rock and pop. Winner of a prestigious Victoire de la Musique Award, he has also worked with the likes of French rapper Akhenaton, as well as his band I Am, and beatmakers Beat Assaillant and Hocus Pocus. He's just released his latest record, Red Mango, which compiles incredible reggae rocksteady ska covers of classics, including John Lennon, Sixto Rodriguez, Otis Redding, Rihanna, and many more. Ben, thank you so much for joining us on the France 24
My pleasure.
show. It's so good to have you. First up, I need to ask you this. It was a couple of years ago you did this, but you changed your name. Why? Was it a very Prince Kanye West sort of move? Or is it...
Well, I tried to simplify it. I started with Ben l'Oncle Soul, and most of the country I was going for having gigs and stuff. They were like Ben l'Oncle Soul. It was pretty hard, like for them to pronounce it. So I decided to just keep the Ben.
Yeah, strip it back.
Strip it like. Simple.
Yeah.
Simple.
Well, it's good to have you, and it's good that you're making still wonderful music, such as your new record, which is an utter delight. Perfect for the spring-summer season, which is upon us.
Isn't it?
Yeah, totally. We're feeling it. What made you want to release this sort of cover album, and how did you go about choosing the tracks?
Well, on my second album, I used to tour with a band from San Francisco, from the Bay Area. And at the end of the concerts, and when we were just riding by the bus, we were just listening to most of the time reggae music. And so, like at the end of the tour, we said like, well, what's the next step now? And we decided like, oh, okay, maybe we should put together like some reggae album. And yeah, we picked some songs.
It's a full-on collaboration with the Monophonics of the band.
Yeah, Monophonics.
Yeah, and how did you choose? How did you guys go about picking some of those artists, and yours in particular?
Well, there is like 6 or 7 members in Monophonics band, so like pretty much like everybody pick one song. I chose John Lennon because I'm a huge fan. I choose also Stay, Rihanna, because she's from Barbados, and I'm Caribbean as well, so it was more to make a bridge between like old stuff and new records. I love the style.
Yeah, no, it's so good. Well, how about we check out this beautiful cover of Stay?
Not really sure how I feel about it. Something in the way you move makes me feel like I can't live without you. It takes me all the way. I want you to stay, stay. I want you to stay, stay.
Oh, beautiful cover of Rihanna's Stay.
Thank you.
Would you have picked any of our other songs, or does this one have a specific meaning for you?
Well, Stay is a well-known song. It was very easy to cover because it's just like piano and voice, so you get basically just one main melody. I was trying to focus on the lyrics and try to find like a bubble, a groove that makes me like wanted to sing it like loud and to feel like a little bit of the live performance that we do on stage.
It definitely makes you want to stay. That's so good. We saw a bit of the artwork of that record in the video, the clip we just watched.
Yeah, it's my friends.
Yeah?
It's Yamoy. It's two young guys from Paris.
And it looks like Paris, despite the album feeling very Caribbean. Tell us a bit more.
Well, I used to live for 10 years in Paris, and it's really my favorite city in the world. Although it's funny because they just asked me to shoot a video where my head was banging like this, and I see the little 3D animation.
The reference and how those picked up. But it's cool. Something I wonder about when you make covers of other people's songs, and you've been doing that for a while. You've done Nina Simone in the past, just to name one of the glorious people. How do you go about doing it? Because do you ever like have in mind the artist's reaction or wonder after you've made the song? Oh my God, what are they going to think?
Well, it would be an honor to have a feedback from them. Most of the time, they don't, you know. But I think you got to forget about all that jazz around, like artists and stuff, because otherwise you're not gonna be able to cover it. Like it's too much. Like
Yeah.
so I try to, in a way, like change a little bit my voice for the high voice for John Lennon, the Imagine cover.
And do it for you, ultimately, first and foremost. Yeah.
Yeah.
And have you ever had any feedback from some covers you've done before?
From not really. I think the White Stripes on the Seven Nation Army cover. They send an email to the manager, says, yeah, cool.
Really like it. That's
Yeah.
cool. And they do covers themselves as well, from Jolene to
Yeah.
many things. It's, for people who, you know, wonder how it works in the music business, how, when you're doing a cover, do you have to get authorizations from the artists if they're still alive or their successors if they're dead?
Well, no. If basically you respect the spirit of the song, like there's no need.
Yeah, so it's cool. Pretty
Yeah,
free.
it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Talking of cool and respecting spirits, what about your own music and your own compositions? I'm sure a lot of your fans are waiting for the next record.
Yeah, well, we had 3 years now for working and putting together like an album. So I was basically spending my whole time with my family at home with my little keyboard. It's an old keyboard, and I composed all the album. I think it's like my first album.
It's like a new...
Yeah, it's totally renewed. It's
So that's super exciting.
a rebirth. Yeah.
Yeah. Any title, any due dates for the baby?
Yeah, my daughter is just 2.5.
Oh yeah, no, I meant for the
sorry.
record, the baby, because you said rebirth. I'm glad to hear your daughter's 2.5. So, so your actual musical baby.
It's
so.
pretty much the age of my album as well.
No, very cool. So this album's coming out in the fall.
Yeah.
That's when you're also going to be touring a bit. You already got a few dates here in France that are planned. You've got the New Morning, which is a lovely venue here in Paris.
Yes,
on the
and
16th.
we just opened Trabendo.
Yeah, because
in
it's sold
December.
out
Yeah.
already.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
cool. And you're going to play abroad in October.
Exactly.
Yeah, so lots of stuff to look forward and stay tuned to all your websites to find out more.
Yeah,
tour
sure.
dates.
On my Instagram.
Okay, cool. Well, how about we check out some of the other current releases? Do you fancy taking a wee look? And we're going to start off with Canadian band Arcade Fire, who are back for the greatest pleasure of their fans. Their 6th studio album is called We and was recorded between New Orleans, Maine and El Paso. It's apparently inspired by the Russian dystopian novel We by author Yevgeny Zamyatin. Let's check out one of the singles. A little return to old school Arcade Fire, it seems. Ben, are you a big fan of the band?
Yeah, I love this band. They sound pretty amazing. As a lover of sound, I'll say they got this pocket very particular.
Yeah, it's quite, the production's insane. Have you ever been yourself so moved by an art piece or work that you've actually gone and made a song off the back of it?
Yes, well, I really I do love paint. I was in an art school when I was younger, and I love to paint as well. But not necessarily like I didn't wrote a song like for a particular art. But yeah, I think there is some kind of colors when I produce songs or when I record, like that comes naturally. Like. Yeah, sometimes I wonder, is it a blue album? Is it a orange album?
Yeah.
It's very interesting to have like
You've been blessed with the gift of synesthesia, which, like many artists and musicians, that's quite fabulous. We're going to move on now to some Japanese psych rock with Kigagaku Moyo, which means geometric patterns. The Tokyo band have been around since 2012 and are releasing their 5th studio album entitled Kumoyo Island. Earlier this year, the band announced an indefinite hiatus after 2022 and that their next record, set to be released on in May 2022, will be their last. Catch them while you can. Kigagaku Moyo there for some Japanese psychedelic rock. Well, that's all we've got time for this week on Encore's Music Show. Ben, thank you so much for being with us. I will remind our fabulous viewers that your album Red Mango is available in all good record stores and, of course, online. Red Mango is a reference to what exactly, by the way?
You know, it's a little mango between two albums. It's a little fresh, just...
Fruit.
Yeah, just a fruit between, and it also grow in the Caribbean.
It grows in the Caribbean. You can get it in Paris, and it's a wonderful palate cleanser. But fantastic.
You got it.
The France 24 News is coming up in just a few minutes, which leaves me enough time to remind you to go and follow us on social media, Encore F24, and of course keep up to date with our culture news via France24.com. We're going to play out with French post-punk rockers Mannequins, who have just released their 2nd album, The Second Principle. High energy and more supersonic sounds for the city of Rouen 4-piece. Let's go check it out.